Good afternoon, everybody. Bonjour, bonjour. So please make your way to a comfortable seat. Welcome to Hatha Flow with your host, Michael Dinney. We'll start practice in a sitting position. So please place a cushion, yoga block, whatever you have to help yourself prop up the hips and find an upright spine. Sitting on a chair is also okay. And then we'll take a few moments to explore the posture and the breathing together. So as you exhale, you can lean back into a slump. Imagine the tailbone curling under, shoulders come forward. And then as you inhale, start to lift the heart up. Think about keeping the tailbone scooped under. It'll naturally start to move anyway. And then exhale, round the whole spine, low back, mid back, upper back, and neck. And then as you inhale, keep the chin tucked. Begin to lift the heart, and then gradually lift the head. We'll do a few more like that. Moving on the exhale to round. And on the inhale, slowly rise up. Continue at your own pace. On your next inhale, roll up. Tail is heavy. We try to root down through the middle of the sit bones. And then we'll just hang out there. Bring your hands to your belly. You can touch the tips of the fingers together and then feel the belly. As you breathe in, maybe you can feel the belly expanding out against the hands. As you exhale, it naturally moves back towards the spine a little bit. Take the hands further apart and take another full breath. Softening the belly, letting it expand. On the exhale, we can contract a little bit, engaging the abs to help the breath out. And then one more. Try feeling the sides of the belly. Breathe in. Can you feel the sides expand? And then slow exhale. And so now we'll do a really great exercise called alternate nostril breathing, or nadi shodhana in Sanskrit, which means energy channel, nadi shodhana, purification. So it's believed that the energy flow becomes more dominant in one nostril and the other throughout the day. This naturally switches every 90 minutes, and it can also correspond to different states of mind. The left channel is the moon channel traditionally, so it's the more feminine side, if we can look at things that way. And then the right channel is considered the sun channel, or the more masculine side, according to those traditional gender norms. And that's related more to the quick decision-making process, being sure of one's beliefs, whereas the left side is better for yoga. It's being more receptive, more open to listening to what is, more open to multiple ways of seeing the world. So let's try to open that thing up. Take your right hand and bring your index finger and middle finger into your palm. So you can use the little finger to prop up the ring finger beside it. And now we'll use the thumb against the right nostril. So you're going to pull the skin down, closing the nostril. The little finger and ring finger, they're going to stay on the left nostril, but we'll keep it just barely open. So you're pressing into the fingers, left nostril barely open. And now take a really slow breath in through your left nostril, all the way to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fill up to the chest, and then switch sides, closing left. Just barely open your right nostril. Exhale to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right side, inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Left side, exhale. So if that was too much, you can speed it up a little bit. The idea is to go slower and slower. So left side, inhale. The throat is relaxed. Switch sides to exhale. Following the breaths all the way out and all the way in. And remember, switching sides on the exhale. The trick is to just barely open the nostril so you can slow down the flow. A few more full cycles. Try to cultivate an even ratio between the length of the inhale and the exhale. And then take one more breath through both nostrils. And then resting your hands on your knees, exhale through both nostrils. And take a few moments to close your eyes and watch your breath. So I did a brief course online, thank God for the pandemic, with a really great teacher named Ramaswamy, who is the one of the last living direct disciples of Krishnamacharya, who's like the godfather of yoga, who really created or innovated a lot of these old teachings to make them more digestible around the 1930s onward. Um, and we talked a lot about pranayama. And so this was a form of pranayama, which is a breathing exercise to control the flow of energy and breath. And he talks about how if we had another arm, we could just do alternate nostril breathing during the entire movement practice, but of course we don't. And so instead we close the back of the throat as we do the movements. And so the closure in the back of the throat is intended to have the same effect as the alternate nostril breathing in terms of slowing down the flow. So to really grasp that technique, you can at first breathe in with your mouth open, slightly parsed lips. So imagine having a smoothie through a straw. This next one's really good for kids yoga. Imagine blowing out all the candles on a cake. One big blow. We'll do that again, but we'll close the mouth halfway through. So start to have a smoothie through a straw. And then close, keep going. And then blowing out the candles on your exhale. Close the mouth, keep going. So the idea is to create a slight closure in the back of the throat, just like a valve, and create a sense of the breath swirling in the back of the throat. So hopefully you could feel a little bit of that happening. And now we'll keep the mouth closed the whole time, and it will sound something like this as you breathe in. And then the exhale has a very similar sound. So let's give that a shot. Breathing in about 5 seconds. And breathe out about 5. And again, breathe in. And slowly breathe out. And then take that into table position, hands underneath the knees. Inhale, gently arch the spine, draw the heart forwards, sit bones up. As you exhale, scoop the tail under, tensioning the core. Look towards your belly button. Inhale forward, nice and slow. End of the movement, you're free to lift the chin as much as you're comfortable. And on your exhale, round the back, spread the shoulder blades. A few more at your own pace. Just a little bit of air over a long period of time. And then take the hands further forward. Exhale, scooping the tail under. Sit back towards the heels. And take a few breaths in puppy dog. With the arms straight, press out through the palms. Spread the fingers wide. Inhale to come up. And bring your hands back again. So just like table, but have the hands a little bit further forward. Now as you exhale, come forward and bend your elbows. Lower your pelvis all the way to the ground. And then we'll meet in Sphinx pose, taking the elbows forward just underneath the shoulders. You can bring the feet about hip width. And then focus on breathing into your belly. This might feel like a stretch through the abdomen for some of us. You can also massage the belly against the floor. Each inhale expands the belly, so see if you can feel that expansion. And long exhales. Next exhale, lower the heart. Bring your hands where your elbows were. You could also go wider than that. Inhale, lift the feet off the ground, bending the knees. Lift the shoulders away from the floor. Exhale, slowly come down. Again, inhale, bend the knees. Try to lift them up. Pull back with your hands a little. Exhale to lower. And continue exploring this movement with sensitivity. It's okay for it to be a little bit uncomfortable. If it feels like too much, back off a little bit. And we'll hold the next one. So lift the shoulders. Try to lift the knees, heels together, pressing the inner edges of the feet together. A few more breaths. And exhale down. Press back towards the heels. And sit back into puppy stretch again, taking the hands further forward. This time, try bringing the forearms to the floor. This encourages the shoulder blades to spread. You can even press the elbows towards each other. Okay, we'll take a few more breaths here now. So staying in the position, go onto the tips of your fingers, straighten the arms. Try to lift the palms away from the floor. Think of lifting the forearms away from the floor and breathe. So this is inviting the shoulder into a fuller range of motion. You can also experiment with engaging the core to draw the front ribs in. It helps to take a really long, deep exhale. And then lifting the head, walk your hands back towards your knees. And then we'll sit back onto the heels as far as you're comfortable. Press the backs of the hands into each other, circling through the wrists. And then come forward to table position. So we'll bring more weight into the hands, pushing equally through upper and lower palm. And then with the core tension, bring your left leg out to the side, up to the sky. Big circles with your left hip. Out to the side and upwards. And see how still you can keep the rest of the body. So you can explore engaging the core a little bit more, pushing into your hands strongly. But then soften your jaw, soften your shoulders away from the ears. Now press your left heel up to the sky. Keep the knee bent about 90 degrees and pause there. And we'll pulse a few times. As you exhale, press the heel up higher. Inhale, lower to where it was. Exhale, press the heel up to the sky. Inhale, lower. And last one. Exhale, press up, engaging the buttock. And then inhale, left foot forward, just outside of your hand. So from there, we'll come on to the tips of the right toes. You may want to place a yoga block underneath each of your hands to raise yourself up. And the great thing about using these blocks is it can make it more accessible to go onto your forearms, giving the hands a break. Good. So once you find your position, you can play with pushing off the back toes to go forward and then reaching back through the heel, engaging the buttock. inviting a stretch through the front of your right hip. You also feel this in the back of your left leg, around the glute and hamstring. And a few more breaths. Very good. And then we'll lower the right knee down. You can bring your blocks onto their higher heights. So you're welcome to keep your right hand on the yoga block. If possible, bring your hands up towards your hips. And then take an inhale to explore bending your knee a little bit more. And as you exhale, push off the left heel, reversing the bend, lifting the pubic bone. Just like when we were sitting. So on the inhale, we can lengthen the belly. And on the exhale, reverse the movement, scooping the tailbone under and drawing the front ribs in with the core. A few more to go. After the next exhale, pause, dropping the tailbone, lifting the pubic bone, and then bring the arms up to the sky. Interlace the fingers, pressing up through the index finger. Take a breath in. Then as you engage the core, tuck your chin, look straight ahead as the arms go back. So by tucking the chin, this is going to help us connect with the core to bring the movement more into the shoulders and upper spine, less into the low back. Take a few more breaths. And then release the posture. Straighten the front leg out. Spread your arms like wings. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, twist your spine towards the left. Inhale back to center. And again, exhale, twist to the left. A few more times at your own pace. Last one. Exhale to the left. With an inhale, reach your right arm up. And as you exhale, take the right hand down to the yoga block or to the floor underneath the shoulder. And then left arm up to the sky. You can either pause or explore more movement, making big circles with the top shoulder. And then pause. We'll take a few more breaths. Turning the chest open to the sky and engaging more through the right side of the core. And on your exhale, lower the left hand down. Bend the knee. And then we'll switch sides. You can take your blocks out and move into table position. And as we push into the hands, we'll bring the right knee out to the side and then up to the sky. Make some big circles, attempting to keep the rest of the body still. Big circular movements. Next time the leg goes up to the sky, bend the knee about 90 degrees and pause. As you exhale, press the heel up, engaging the buttock more, and then inhale to bring it down. Exhale, press up. Inhale, bring it down. And last one, really drag this out, pressing up through the heel, engaging the glute. And then step the right foot outside of your hand. We'll take those yoga blocks inside of the foot. And then come into gecko position. So we'll bring the forearms to the ground or to the yoga blocks. From there, you can press down through the base of your left toes. Pick up the left knee. Feel free to wiggle the foot back a little bit. And then explore going forwards and back. Rooting down through the base of the toes. This is also a weight-bearing exercise for the shoulders. So as we're pressing through the forearms, the shoulder blades are going to be spreading apart ideally. The counter movement for that is going to be intending your shoulders away from the ears. And then lowering the left knee. Keep the blocks on the floor. You can put them on their higher height, helping yourself up. Feet about hip width apart. So you're welcome to keep your left hand on the block, exploring bending the knee, and then reversing the bend, lifting the pubic bone. If possible, bring your hands up to your hips instead, so you can get a bit more movement with an upright spine. Inhale, bending the front knee, dropping the pubic bone. And then exhale, lifting the pubic bone, tensioning the core. Try to keep that tension as you bend your knee on the inhale. And then find that reversal. And so the term Hatha yoga actually means sun-moon yoga. It can also be defined as yoga of force. But this idea of bringing together opposites is built into yoga, both as a breathing system and as a movement system. Okay, so one more. Inhale to bend the knee. Exhale, reverse the movement, lifting pubic bone. And then with an inhale, reach the arms up, interlace the fingers. Index finger can point. Reach way back. Exhale, tuck your chin. And we'll keep that position, tensioning the core as the arms continue to reach back. You can explore engaging the glutes again as well. Left glute presses the left hip forward. And then lowering your hands, slowly straighten your front leg. And with an inhale, spread the arms out to the sides, opening your chest. Exhale, twist from the core, turning to the right. And repeat that movement. Inhale, center. And again, exhale to the right. 3 more to go at your own pace. And then last one, exhale to twist. Inhale, left arm up. And as you exhale, take the left hand down to the yoga block under the shoulder or to the floor. Right arm up to the sky. And you can stay there focusing on turning the chest open or add the movement of the arm to the equation, making big circles. And then pause, reaching the arm up to the sky. Take a few more breaths, engaging the left side of the core a little bit more. Keep pushing into the hand while drawing the left shoulder away from the ear. And as you exhale, bend your front knee, lower the hand, and come back to table position. Set the blocks off to the side, and then take the forearms to the floor. Interlace your fingers, So we'll have thumbs up and little fingers together, sticking out. Push strongly through the karate chopping edge of the hand. And then we'll lift the knees off the ground at last. Turn the hips out so the knees go a little bit wider. As you exhale, push your hips back. Press out through the wrist. And as you inhale, slowly come forward, shoulders over the elbows. And explore those movements. You can take rest at any time, lowering the knees down. Think of keeping the shoulder blades spread apart. Last one. And try holding the position for a little bit, pushing your hips back. Relax the back of the neck. And when you're finished, bring your knees to the ground, point your feet, and we'll move into child's pose. So there's different options. If it's comfortable, you can actually just sit back onto your heels, letting the head come down. For some of us, this doesn't feel so good in the knee joint, so another nice way of doing it is taking the hands to the back of the head, and then we tuck the chin, bringing the forearms to the floor, letting the hips come up, so the arms take just a little bit of weight here. Think of dropping the tailbone by very gently tensioning the core. Very minimal effort, and then focus on your breath. And then slowly come up and bring your legs out in front. Take the hands about half a foot behind you for windshield wipers. And so you could have the fingertips touching the floor to make your arms longer. I have pretty long arms myself, so I'm going to put my palms down. There's even the option of using yoga blocks under your hands to make the arms a little longer. Loop your shoulders up and back. Take your feet wide. And as you exhale, bring the knees in one direction. As you inhale, come across center. And then exhale, knees to the other direction. And continue. Inhale across center, leading with the first leg. And then exhale, both legs over. Inhale, stretching along the inner thighs potentially. Exhale to the other side. And a few more to go. And then we'll meet back in the center. Bring the feet a bit closer, about hip width apart, and like 6 to 12 inches in front of your sit bones, so not too far. And you can bring the hands just outside of your hips and back as far as possible. Loop your shoulders up and back. Take a breath in. Exhale, push into your feet, lifting the hips up. Inhale, slowly come down. And repeat. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades as the hips go up. Inhale down, 3 more to go. Exhale, extend the hips. Try to keep your legs parallel. Inhale down. Exhale, extend. And last one, inhale down. Exhale, extend the hips. And then we'll lower the hips down. Set the blocks off to the side. And with your heels on the floor, take a breath to reach the arms forward. Exhale, draw the core in, leaning back about halfway, scooping the tail under. Inhale to come up. And repeat that 5 times. Exhale, lean back. That's 2. Inhale up. So only go back as far as you can manage. It's 3. Think of scooping the tail under as you go back. 4. Then we'll go all the way down. And 5. Come all the way onto your back. Bridge vinyasa. Hands by the hips. On a long inhale, lift your arms over the head towards the back of the mat. Long exhale to lift the hips up, scooping the tailbone forward. Long inhale, lowering the arms. Exhale, lowering through the vertebra. Now try slowing your inhale to 5 seconds, reaching the arms back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try slowing the exhale to 5 seconds. Lift the hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lowering the arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhale, vertebra by vertebra coming down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I tried to trick you there. Inhale to 5, lift the arms. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale to an 8 count, lifting the hips. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to lower the arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale through the vertebra, scooping the tail forward. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently windshield wiper the legs side to side, spreading the arms like wings. Take both knees towards the right side and pause there. The feet could stay as wide as the mat. There is also the option to explore taking the right ankle outside of the left thigh. And then taking the feet wide again, come back to center. With a long exhale, both knees to the left side. You can keep them as wide as the mat. Or explore lifting the ankle, placing the left ankle outside the right thigh. Deep breath into the belly. And then slowly return to center and draw both knees towards the chest. Hold whatever you can reach, whether it's the back of the legs or the knees. And draw the knees wide apart. And then stretch the legs out. Shavasana, relaxation. So rest your arms by your sides. Let the feet fall open. Soften the shoulders down the back, away from the ears. And let your body fully release into the floor. into deep relaxation. And take a moment to notice the flow of the breath through the nostrils. And just notice if that left nostril seems more open. Maybe the right nostril is more open. Maybe the nostrils are equally open, which is also one of the goals of traditional Hatha yoga. And it said that when the energy is evenly flowing through both sides, it moves up through the center, through the central channel, Sushumna Nadi, which is a state of being that's really present with the way things are. This is something that happens to a lot of people who don't practice these yoga movements or techniques just by being in nature and appreciating nature. As the forehead and jaw completely relax, notice the gentle vibration of energy in the body. And take all the time you need in Shavasana today. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Hope this served you well.